Good afternoon, everybody. So let us start our lecture this morning. So according to our schedule, today we will cover Module 2. There are 3 parts in Module 2. Okay, we completed 1, and then today we will go 2 and 3. This will be pretty simple today. So before I finish that, I skipped something from Module 1. Okay, so let us go to Module 1 Part 2. I skipped something. So in Module 1 Part 2, previously I discussed variables, right? Oh, thank you so much. So I discussed how to declare variable how to declare variable, right? And how to use variable. I discussed this in our last lecture. So we discussed what happens when we declare a variable, and we discussed something about how to access variable, right? Okay, so this is the something I skipped for now. Okay, so then this part is that how to read a variable from user. Okay, we discussed that how to declare a variable and how to assign value to this variable. It's hard-coded value. So for this program, always the username will be Bob. Always. There is no way to change this. But for some reason, or mostly, we may need to take any name, right, for any user. So in that case, we need one thing, that we need to have a way to take any input, any arbitrary input, but definitely within the range that we call user defined or user input, taking keyboard. We can take input using keyboard or mouse also, right? When we click on mouse, it does something, that is also kind of input. Okay, but we will learn that later through GUI programming. But here, so using keyboard. So in pseudocode format, when we create a variable, then we use create all in uppercase number. We write create. And then if we want to take a variable, take a value of a variable using keyboard, then we use read, R-E-A-D, all in uppercase, this keyword. Okay, so here I say this is the symbol in pseudocode format, create user input. This is my variable name, and then this is just giving a prompt, giving me a reminder that I have to enter name. And then read, what I'm reading, that means I'm reading from keyboard, that is the user input. I'm taking input for this variable, and this should be all exactly same name. Otherwise it will, whatever the value I give over here, variable name, whatever I read, that value will go to that variable, that memory location. And then later, if I want to print whatever I want to do with this variable, so it will hold the data and I can do whatever I need. Okay, so this is very simple in pseudocode format, but in actual programming language it is a little bit difficult and tricky, especially for the first time programmer. Okay, so in C#, in order to take a input, for instance in user input, if it is a string, today I will discuss about string in demo a little bit more. So if it is string, then we say console.readLine. Exactly, this is the method. Okay, read R in uppercase and line L in uppercase. So readline method, it reads something using keyboard. Okay, gets some value using keyboard and stores that value to this variable. And what is the kind of this variable? Type of this variable is string. So username, for instance, or address, whatever I say. Okay. So for now, so these are abstract. So I told you that in this course or in programming we will use a lot of abstract terms. So for now, just memorize this code. These 2 lines actually, right? Or these 3 lines or 2 lines, whatever you say, just memorize. Okay, don't ask questions how it works. It is not our goal to understand or to know how this works, how this method works. Okay, just memorize this. For this is for C#, and it is for C++. In C++, we use getLine method. So this is the method, right? It has a pair of parentheses. We use getLine method, and we use say cin. Okay, and this is the output statement we are already familiar with. And for now, we say return 0. You say return 0 or return 1 or return 10, whatever you value return, an integer value, that will not affect for this program. But later you will learn what is the effect of returning a different value. Not right now. Okay, and in Java, same thing, string input user. In Java, S is in uppercase, right? And then this is the prompt, and these are the actually 2 lines. Okay, these 2 lines can be combined in 1 line, but that will be difficult. But for now, so let us memorize this code. So I like everybody to practice this program and memorize these codes. How to take input. Okay, memorize this without asking any question. Then how do you memorize this? Write this code 4 or 5 times on a piece of paper. Okay, then you will get half memorized, maybe, right? And then type in a computer program. You will do some mistake, no problem. The next time, after writing 10 times, you will get memorized. These are the abstract for now. Okay, but don't ask question and then don't spend too much time for learning this. Okay, for instance, every day I told you that every day we use some abstract activities. Okay, abstract activities daily life in our use. For instance, if you drove here this morning, people, right? What do? We put our car key, right, in the ignition system, right? You put the ignition system and put click and then start. Huh? Okay, you have an advanced vehicle, right? Okay, my vehicle is old. I have to. Okay, even if you push the start button, right? It starts, automatically. It starts, right? Within a few seconds. Do you need to know how it starts? What are the functionality inside is going on inside? No, you don't need to know, right? You just need to start it, and you need to know when you move your steering, it moves. When you press the brake, it stops. Okay? Someone may need to know how the ignition system works, how the engine works, how the engine stops, how the brake system works. If someone wants to be an expert in that line, right? But for now, we don't need that. Okay, those are the abstract things, okay, hidden to us as the external activities or more complicated activities are hidden, so that we can focus on something else. The purpose of abstraction is that we will hide something, maybe difficult or simple, no matter, to give focus on something else, whatever we need. Okay, so here we need to understand how to get input. For instance, this Readline method in C#, it takes input a string format, and later if you need to convert it to an integer number, for instance for A is an integer number, then you have to convert it to int 32. We say convert dot to int 32. So for now, I like everybody to memorize these few statements. Either you understand or do not understand, okay? Then your life will be easier. But later, ultimately, if you want to become a software engineering or computer scientist, you will learn how this method works. But not in this course, not in first year. In your senior years, you will do. Okay, and then for here is cin, this is the format. Cin, it takes only one, it takes a number or something, but it does not take space. So this is why in C++ we use getLine method. If you want to take your full name, how is full name? Is name, first name, space, last name, right? Or first name space, middle name space, last name. So then if you use getLine method, then you can take space, okay, in between. But if you use Cin, then you cannot take space. For A's, we do not need any space. It's a whole number. Okay, so Cin is fine. If I need to take my address, then I need to use getLine method. Okay, so I like everybody to practice these programs. For instance, in Java, we say next int. So however, first time we are using system.in. You know that in Java we use system.out.println to print something in console, right? So this system is operating system, out is an output stream, and print is a method. Here we are using operating system and in is input stream. For now, just it will be enough for us if we understand this, nothing in depth. And then whatever is getting this next int, whatever it is getting from here as my SC object. Scanner is a class, and the SC is a object of scanner type, and then we are saying A is equal to scanner, whatever value I scan from here, I input from here, that will be converted into an integer number. That's it for now, remember it, okay? You don't need to go in depth and see, okay, that's good. So whatever we learn from this year, that we can take any input using keyboard, okay? And frequently we will need this program. So I like everybody to practice this. Okay, by the way, I gave you some homework, right? I gave you some homework, like 4 or 5 programs to practice, right? Honestly, please tell me how many of you did not do it? You did not do it? You did not have a chance? It's easy. The program is that you want these slides, download these slides, and the programs are here. Just copy or do same thing. Whenever you understand same thing, then you can do something, make some changes. Yeah, also in the PowerPoint and also in my lecture. If you go to my lecture slides, then you will see. And by the way, I added an extra previous slide, how to write pseudocode. One of my previous videos, I added here the second video. You can watch it at least one time. Please watch it one time so that you understand how to write pseudocode in standard language. Okay, and let me see. So I like you to practice this program also, and before you come to next lecture, everybody please practice this. If you do not practice this by this week, you will be behind. And if you behind in 2 or 3 weeks, it will be very difficult for you to catch. You see that from next week, we will run. We will start running, okay? I will give you some activities. I will not do many things, like I will be moving around and you will be doing your task. But if you do not practice this, okay, then you will be difficult. Okay. Our next thing is that for today we will learn operation, basic operation, operator, expressions, something like this, okay, in next module. So we are familiar with this, right? From our very beginning, addition, subtraction, division, multiplication, this operation, we are very familiar with this, okay, nothing new, okay. So, but if you practice the previous programs, then you see that there are some in-class homework, okay. So that I like you to practice at home. For instance, let us see what is this program. It says write a program I like you to write about this program in all 3 languages. Write in one language first, then convert in other 3 languages. Okay, that asks the user weight. Like the users, should be an apostrophe, yes. User's weight in pound. Then you need to take a variable that's called user weight, and then print how much he or she weighs on the moon. It should be an interesting small program. Okay, so then whatever input you will take, you see that it has hints. The weight, your weight in moon will be 16.5% of your earth weight. So for instance, if you enter your weight 100 pound, then in moon weight will be 16.5 pound. How can we do this? So we need 2 variables here, right? One for earth weight and another for moon weight. So whatever earth weight you enter, you need to read. Just I discuss here like this. You need a read method, and then whatever you input as your age, then you need to do one thing. You need to multiply that age by 16.5 and then divide it by 100. Percentage means divided by 100, right? Okay, so then whatever your moon weight, you will print that. This is pretty simple. And this is another example that you will be converting your temperature. You will take a temperature either in Fahrenheit or centigrade, and in one system you will convert it in another system. This should be another interesting practice program that you may do. You know the formula, standard formula equal to C by 5. C means Celsius by 5 equal to F minus 32 by 9. So this is 9 equal to R by 4. C is for centigrade or Celsius, F for Fahrenheit, R for what is another scale is called, there is another, at least this is the formula for centigrade to Fahrenheit. So we will do like start up our practice with small program like this. Okay, then you will be good to start with small or medium scale or large scale complicated program. That may be another practice program. Okay, so please practice this, and then this should not be hard, and if you find any issue, then I can help you in our next lecture. Okay, that was all for the module 2 part 2. Anyone has any questions so far? Okay, I have an announcement though. Some of you are asking my help for your lab assignment. First of all, I'm not teaching any lab course. This is not lab course, okay? I'm not entitled to help you for your lab course. Lab course is taught by different instructor. But you need help, I may help you something, but one thing that I will not code for you. No one will code for you, okay? We will help you to understand the problem. We will help you to understand the algorithm, how to solve the problem. You have to code yourself, okay? And so who is online, please keep yourself muted. So if I have a policy, that is my personal policy, for any reason if you come to get my help, what I do check, I want to see how much effort you are giving in your class. How do I check? I will ask you, show me your Replit account. In a second, I will see your Replit account, then I will see how many programs you practice. Okay, then as some who are in advance, then I will say what is your GitHub account. Your GitHub account, if I go to your GitHub account in a second, I can see that how many programs you practice. And if you need my help, then you have to create your own GitHub account, and over there you will create your project, private project, and add me as a collaborator. Then I will be able to see your code, and then I will help you. And otherwise, if you have any public program, I will not help you. For public program, everybody will see that, right? Okay, so GitHub is a very interesting resource that everybody needs to know. Ultimately, you will learn GitHub and you will use this GitHub. GitHub is a cloud repository to save your project. Sorry. So it is more likely as a OneDrive or Google Drive or Dropbox. Everybody uses Google Drive or Dropbox, right? Or OneDrive, right? So GitHub is also free. So if you go to github.com, you will see that it will allow you to create an account for free. Okay, then you can save all of your projects in GitHub. So if you go to my GitHub account, for instance, GitHub, if you go to github.com, for anywhere, for any app, any browser, if you go to github.com, then put /ICTER Guru, this one. Okay, so you see that I have 82 repositories, right? One repository means one project. So some of these projects has 100 programs. Okay, so you see that I have 82 repositories here. That means 82 projects. Okay, and for instance, if I give an interview, okay, then most of the interviewer, they ask us to show our GitHub account, right? So that if someone sees my GitHub account, in a second they can see that how much practice I did. For instance, if they go to this, see on the right side, you see that it is something bumping. You see that here is bumping something, right? It's bump. That means at that point I did some programming for this project. I made some changes. Okay, so in each program, the smooth, it means that it is as is for a long time. Okay, so by looking this, easily people can see that when did I some practice. For instance, this one maybe for a long time ago I did, some time ago I did. For this one, if you see that some bumps, that means I periodically work several days. Yeah. So by looking your GitHub account, your interviewer can gauge your programming practice and ability within a few seconds. So ultimately, you will be using GitHub account. So if you start using from this semester, you will be step advanced. Okay. So in my YouTube channel, okay, then this is private. Okay, this is all of these are public project that you can see. But if I go to my GitHub account, you see that if I log into my GitHub account, then you see I have more than 153. Over there you saw 82 only, right? And you see that I have 153. Then others are my private project, that only I can see this. Or whoever I like, these are my private project. Whoever I like, I can share with them. Only 3. So these are. So you see that. So whenever you use GitHub, you can put your project, you can put your assignment, you can put your homework, you can put your personal pictures, you can put your resume, whatever your personal stuff. You can put. And GitHub, it will also save the history. Whenever if you need to go back in the previous day's version, you can do that. So if you go to my YouTube channel, and then you will see that I have a channel, I have a playlist. Just if you search for GitHub, so this has 11 videos. So if you watch these 11 videos, maybe 2 hours you will need, then you will have a startup point how to use GitHub. I like everybody, all of my students that will be familiar with using GitHub. Then you will be ahead of few steps, okay? And in order to get my help, you must create your GitHub account, you must create a GitHub project, and that must be private, and then add me as a collaborator. You will see that here, how to add collaborator. You will see this video. It's easy, very simple. Okay? Only then I will help you for extra. Otherwise, I am not helping you for other extra non-related for assignment or something. Okay? There is tutoring center. If you need help for your assignments, then you should go to tutoring center. Okay. Whatever we are discussing here. So ultimately, what we learn in 3 languages, right? We are starting with 3 languages that we are learning how to do program or solve a problem in 3 languages. In our first year experience page, if you go to the resource page, yes. So you see that other on the all the way end, the different between the key differences between C#, C++, and Java. If you open this, I developed this slide. See my own slide. You see that it has some basic information about the 3 different languages we are discussing here. So first one, C++. It is first appeared 1983, then Java appeared 1995, and then C# appeared in 2000. So almost 80% statements are code are same or similar. Okay. So then if you understand 80%, then learning the next 20% is easier. Okay. These are the key differences. For instance, for now, these are the 6 key differences we will need to know. Already among these 6 differences, we are already familiar with these first 5. So for instance, let us see this first 5. Okay, the first one is structure of the main method. Okay, structure of the main method is C++ is this, right? Its main is like this. Java is main is like this, and C# is like main this. C# we use namespace. This is an abstract word. For now, don't ask any question. What is namespace? Ultimately, you will learn that later. Okay, and output statement are different. In C++, we say cout, and Java, we say write system.out.println, and C# console.writeline. Yes. How? What is the question? What is the difference between println? Okay, then I discussed in previous lecture. I will share that you are here. So println, that after printing it will go to new line. ln is new line. Okay, and then I discussed this in the previous lecture. Yeah, ln means it will go to new line. After printing this, it will go to new line. I showed in this in live code. We'll go that later. Okay, we'll go again next line code. You may rewatch that. Maybe that was the 3rd video or 2nd video. Next video I discussed. Okay, the input difference, we just discussed this a few minutes ago. In C++, we have input C in, and then for one line, and then this C get line for multiple words. And then it is Java, and this is C#. Okay, the third difference. And the fourth difference is that in some keywords, we discussed this in previous lecture, the keywords, right? In C++ and C# we use bool. This is one example. Okay, for instance. And in Java we use boolean. Same function, but we have, yes. Actually, the quizzes should be in language independent. Okay, it should be in language, but if it is something that is language specific, definitely we will discuss. Okay. For instance, by looking this, if it is a quiz question, this which language is this statement? The next line method. Okay, on which language this console.WriteLine? Okay, you should understand this is in C#. Okay, but this is a simple that we are discussing. Okay, and then fifth difference is that constant decoration. I discussed this how to declare constant in our last lecture. So in pseudocode we write constant keyword, and in C++ we write define or const. In Java we write static final, and C# we write const. For all cases for constant decoration, capitalization is recommended but not required. Yeah, please keep yourself muted. Okay, the 5 differences we got, and the 6th difference maybe we'll get this in next lecture, next week. So almost if we know these 5, so this is done, right? So if you know these 5 differences, okay, so then you should be able to convert one program to another program, a program in one language to another language. Okay, I like you to, if possible, download this and print it out. I added a link of this slide in videos. Yes. I'm muted on Teams. No, I'm not muted. Okay, and then I'm doing this. So, anyone has any question so far? Everybody's good? Okay, that's good. I like everybody to be happy and be succeeded in this course. Okay, but the key technique to be succeeded in this course is practice. If you do not practice, your happiness will not last long. Soon you will see that you are getting behind and you will be unhappy. Okay, I'm giving you after every lecture, I'm giving you just an hour, maximum 2 hours time to practice, just to practice. So for this course, a typical student needs to practice at least 6 hours per week. Okay, so we have about 40 minutes, right? So our next goal will be, we will discuss 2 slides. So there's module 2 part 2 and module 2 part 3. Part 3 is an easy. Okay, so this module part 2 is this slide, module 2 part 2. So it is all about data type and expression, also operator operand expression. So I discussed something already.
Hello?
Yes. Anyone has any question?
Hello?
Sorry, what can I do? I see myself unmuted. I don't know if I disconnect. I am recording. If I disconnect, then recording will be stopped. I don't like to disconnect. So, but I'm trying to record it. Let's see. Okay. So first of all,
excuse me, your mic isn't working.
Okay, let me drop the call. Oh, there are 41 people. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay, thank you so much. I'm not sure what happened. No. Okay. Okay. Still, can you hear me?
We can hear you now.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Please keep yourself muted. Okay. Okay. The first thing that we will discuss these few topics: expression, operator precedence, shorthand operators, data type conversion, these things, and operator operand expression, like something like this. Okay. So first of all is expression. An expression is a combination of one or more operators and operands. So in our mathematical or algebraic courses, so we uses, for instance, 2x minus y or plus y equal to 3, right? This is an expression. Okay, like, or even I say g equal to 5, whatever I say. So here there are two expressions. Okay, so in English, what do we mean by an expression? A sentence, right? That expresses something, that states something, right? So in expression, in math, we say we express a relationship between some variables, or at least one variable, right? So here, this is also a straight line, right? Equation of a straight line, and this is also equation of two-dimensional straight line. Okay, and we say that this is an expression expression that expresses the relation between two variables x and y. So here x and y, these are variables, are operands. Okay, and we know that these two, and here there is 1 times y, and then 3, these are operands of data. Okay, an operand may be constant. Here this is constant. Sometimes an operand may be variable, x and y, these are variables. An operand may be literals, that is string that is binded with double quote or something like this. Okay, and this plus sign, and equal sign, these are operators. So these are operators. And other x, y, z, 1, 2, 1, 3, 5 here, these are operands. Okay, we are familiar with this from our mathematical knowledge, okay, and nothing new. So based on the number of operands associated with the operators, operators are classified into two major categories. Number one, we say, so if we categorize these operators, so number one, we can say unary operator. Unary, right? Unary operators. Okay, that operators that need only one operand. For instance, -5 or -x, negative x, right? Or if it's a positive y. So this negative sign is a unary operator because it has only one operand related to. Okay, and this also we know that if this value is positive, then we do not write the positive sign, that is optional. But if it is negative, this number is negative, then we must use the negative sign, right? So here this negative and positive sign, these are unary operator. It has only one. And there are also other unary operators. For instance, not false. Not
Your
false.
mic is muted again.
The not false equal to true. I'm sorry, but I don't know why it is happening. Maybe an issue in my computer.
We can hear you.
You have been muted. Okay. Let me see what I was discussing. Okay, so the not false, that means true, not true means false. Okay, then if we say plus plus x, or we have y minus minus. So these are unary operators. It has associated, or it is associated with only one operator. There are other kinds of operators that is called number 2, that is called binary operators. Binary operators. Okay, binary operators there are many binary operators. Arithmetic operators like plus, minus, division, multiplication, all are binary operators. Relational operators. Yes. Somebody is muting me?
Yes.
I don't know how. Who is muting me?
Somehow somebody has permission to mute
Okay, please do not, please nobody, please do not mute me, okay? And keep yourself muted, everybody, please. I'm trying my best to record this lecture and give you extra benefit to join online. It is not required for me. This class is face to face, right? Okay, but I'm giving you extra benefit. I'm trying my best. Please be cooperative to me. Otherwise, I will not record. It takes my time, extra time to record and upload video. Okay, thank you. Okay, so there are many binary operators we are familiar with. Arithmetic operator, addition, plus, add, plus, addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and this is the modulo operator. We will go through this, except this one, this is called percentage sign, right? But it's not percentage here. In this modulo operator, we will discuss this one. There are other binary operators. We will discuss this later. Okay, so binary operators, all of these binary operators takes 2 arguments. Okay, for instance, we say x plus y equal to anything 5, for instance. Yeah? This x plus, it has 2 operands. One is left side and another is right side. This equal sign has 2 operands. The entire thing here left side and entire thing here right side. Okay, but if I say x minus, is this meaningful? Is it a valid expression? No, right? If I say x minus what? X minus, you need at least 0 or something, right? So here, so whenever you say x minus, this minus is binary operator, but this minus was unary operator. It is fine, it's okay. But here, but this is not okay, right? This is false, illegal. So we are familiar with this, some of the operators, okay? There is another kind of operator that is called trinary operator. Trinary operator. There is only few trinary operators, that is we will learn one. Whenever I get this, I will describe that. That needs 3 operators. Okay? But most of the operators are binary operators, and we are familiar with all of this. These binary operators have another 4 or 5 kinds. Arithmetic operators, these are the arithmetic operators. Logical operators, relational operators. Okay, that we will learn that later. For instance, the binary operators, it takes 2 operands, okay, all of this, and among this binary operator, for instance, this is maybe something, maybe new to some of you, this one, okay, this one. This is modulo operator, okay. If you say modulo operator, for instance, 25 modulus 3, it will give us the remainder, okay. Okay, by the way, so this is called the division sign, right? If you give it the quotient, and then if you divide 25 by 3, then your result quotient is 5, right? 8, right? And then what is the remainder value? Remaining value 1, right? That one can be founded using this modulus operator. So 25 modulus 3 equal to 1. Okay, even I say 5 modulus 3 will be, what will be 5 modulus 3? Can anyone please help me? What is 5 modulus 3? No, I'm asking this one. 5 modulus, don't use your calculator, please. Yes, true. Okay, what is 3 modulus 5? Is also 3. If it is goes, then fine. If it is smaller, then yes, 3. 3 is not divisible by 5, so the question is 3. Okay. So even if you say 13, even I say 13 modulus 5 will be what? 3. Even I say 23 modulus 5, what is the remainder? 3. Okay. So this value, the remainder will be maximum if you divide it by, if your second operand is 5, your remainder will be either 0, 1, 2 or 3 or 4, right? Okay, your remainder cannot be 6. If it is 6, then it will go one more time, right? So even if we say 10 modulus 5 will be, that will be value equal to 10 modulus 5. What is the remainder? Did you understand the concept? It will give us the remainder, not the actual result. If you divide 10 by 5, that is called, this is the division sign, okay? This is the division sign, integer division. it will give the result quotient, but this remainder will give you, modulus operator will give you the remainder. Excuse me. Yeah, I'm asking you. So this code I strictly prohibited not to do social networking methods. Right? You remember that in the first lecture I told you? If you need social working, please go outside. No. I noticed that it does not take 10 minutes to reply an emergency message, right? If you have something emergency, please go outside, finish it, come back. As long as you are here in this course, you have to pay attention to it. No exception, please. Okay. This will give us the remainder. So if we divide by 10, if we divided 10 by 5, the remainder is 0. Right? Okay. Okay. Another thing is that this operator is, this gives integer division. Okay. So integer division, for instance, if you say 10 divided by 3, it will give you, in our real life, if you ask 10 divided by 3, that we know that it is 3.3333, right? But in your program, it will give you 3. This is integer result it will give us. The remainder is 1, right? So if you want to get 3.3333, something like this, then you have to convert this integer to a string, to a double or float type. Understand? You can round it, but initially you will get 3.3. That for this, I'm telling you that this works for integer division. We will learn at the end of this module how to convert one data type to another data type. That is called typecasting. Okay, but for now, anyone has any question? Okay, in order to get integer division, we'll get integer result, but in order to get your floating point or decimal result, at least one of the either numerator or denominator needs to be float or double. So if either remainder, numerator or denominator is float, has decimal value, decimal point, then your result will have decimal point. If it both has decimal point, the result will have decimal point, okay? Or at least one of these two, either this or that, you will need to have decimal point. Anyone has any question? Okay, there is a mistake in this slide. Operators. Okay, it should be operators, associativity and precedence. Okay. So maybe sometime earlier I asked you question. I ask you something like 25 divided by 5 times 5 equal to what? Huh? Okay. Some people may say 1. Okay, so this is a simple math, maybe an elementary school math, but it has relation. It has functionality of associativity and precedence. Associativity means, okay, precedence, let us go first precedence. Okay, precedence means if there are multiple operators, which one has highest priority and which one has lowest priority? Lower priority, okay? Which one has to work first or do first, and then which one has to do later. That is called precedence, okay? So, in general it may, so division and multiplication has same precedence. Sometimes people may confuse that multiplication has higher precedence. No. Okay, division and multiplication have same precedence, but they have different associativity. Associativity means in which order they are executed, from left to right or right to left. Do you know that there are some languages, human languages in this world, that are read or written from top to bottom? You have that? Maybe Chinese languages or Japanese languages, they are written symbol from top to bottom. Okay? There are some languages that are written from right to left. You have that language on this one? Which one? Yes, Arabic language is written and read from right to left. And most of the human languages in the world are written from left to right, like English, right? You are familiar with it. Okay, then some operators have associativity from left to right, some operators have right to left. Okay, next time I will give a chart. Okay. And if, for instance, in this case, these two operators, division and multiplication, have same precedence, then in this case we have to consider the associativity. Which one first, which one next, okay? The associativity is that whichever comes first, that will be executed first. So from left to right. So this comes first, so this has the highest associativity or highest precedence, whatever say it, we need to work first. Okay, but if there would have a parenthesis like this. If it would have a parenthesis like this, then what would be our result? We have result 1, right? Because the parenthesis has highest precedence. That should work first, right? That part. Okay. Anyone has any question? So let us see this slide. This slide says that you say 1 plus 2 plus a plus b plus c plus d plus e, and then see the number beneath this operator. So it says, it is showing that which one has the highest precedence. So here plus, all plus sign, right? So same precedence, all pluses have same precedence, but so we will consider the associativity here also. So from left to right, so whichever I get first, there has the highest precedence. That will be executed first. Okay, so the left one will be executed first. So this is why it is given 1 here. Then this will be executed 2, then this will be executed, then this will be executed. But for now, this example, okay, let me make it number, so maybe this is number 1, example 2, example 3, and example 4. So here which one will be executed first? So this multiplication sign, right? Whatever value a, b, c, d and e has, no matter have. So we have to execute this one first, so it has 1 highest precedence. Then what? Then 2, this one, right? The division sign. Then what? Then this plus sign, this is 3, and then the minus sign is 4. In some old test you will see that there was some test question like this. You are asked to given the precedence number here, which one be executed first. So for this one, which one be executed first? This plus sign, right? This plus this operator will be executed first, although this parenthesis will ensure that this plus will be need to be executed first. Then this one, then this one, then this one, and then number 4 is like this. Okay, please practice this at home. Anyone has any question? Okay, so assignment operator, we discussed that. Assignment operator, it assigns the value of its right side operator to the operand or to the variable on the left side. This equal sign we say assignment operator. In English or in math, in regular math or algebra, we say this equal sign, right? But in computer programming, it's called assignment operator. It assigns the value of the right side to the variable on the left side. The right side will be executed first though, then the result will be put here. Okay. For instance, there are some examples over here. One example is that this will be executed first in the order that we already discussed. Then what will be the result? That will be assigned to answer. Similarly, like this, okay, this is another kind of operator. This is called unary operator, plus plus and minus minus. These plus plus operators it consumes a lot of battery, right? So I'm recording. Okay, that's good. Okay. So this plus plus operator is called incremental operator. Okay. And this minus minus, 2 pluses and 2 minuses, there is no space in between. Okay, this is called decremental operator. So it increments its operand by 1 and it decrements its operand by 1. Okay, there are two versions of incremental and decremental operators. The operator can be before the operand or it can be after the operand. This is called prefix notation. Prefix notation, and this is called postfix notation. Okay, there is a minor but critical difference between prefix and postfix notation. You need to understand this. Okay, in the prefix notation, listen to this. In prefix notation, it first increment or decrement. Okay, then it uses the incremented or decremented value. And in the postfix notation, it uses the old value. Then, after using the old value, it increments or decrements by 1. And that incremented or decremented value will be used next for the next statement or for the next iteration. Next time. So you understand the difference between prefix and postfix? Prefix notation, it increments or decrements faster and uses the incremental value or decremental value. Okay? The postfix notation reverse order. It uses the old value without incremental or decremental, and after using the old value, then incremental. I recently told a story how do we remember this? Like in some countries, like the corrupted countries, where like people or government are corrupted, officials are corrupted. Okay, so when they make rule or like law, if they find that this is beneficial for them, they make that rule prefix notation. They get the benefit. Okay? And if they say, if they make a rule, a law that is not beneficial for them, okay, that will be difficult, like for anti-corruption or something, then they make the notation the postfix, rule as postfix. They said, okay, we are waiting for this, we are exam for this, people who will come next, they will be facing this. Right? Anyone has any question? This is a good thing, an interview question, and maybe you will be asked a test question from this. Okay? Okay, there are some examples over here. This is, someone tell me please, Adam, tell me, which is this? Is this a prefix or postfix notation? This one. X plus y is prefix or postfix? Postfix. So what will be the x value printed? X is 7. Y will be? So in I have x equal to 7, right? We say y equal to x plus plus. That will be, y will be something. So this is not, this is concatenation, okay? This is not increment or decrement. So here it will be printing the old 7 value. Old value. So here x plus plus, that means it is 7, right? And then this increment will be implemented later, not in this place. Okay, and here is say plus plus x, that exactly that time it will be y equal to 8. Also in for next time also. Okay, do some practice. Write this code in a program and do some practice. Okay, and next time I will do something. Okay, for this one. Yes. Here. Here. Okay, so here this plus is concatenating a string with a operand. This is not plus plus. Okay, plus plus operator, this plus is concatenating a string with a number. This is string, right? This is a string, and this is a variable. Okay, so maybe good question in your next day I will start from here. If you can do some practice, then fine. Otherwise, in our next day we will do. Okay, and then y is plus y. That means is concatenating y value with this. And if you say plus plus y, that is another story. Here. Okay, this plus is concatenation, string concatenation, and this plus plus is incremental operator with prefix notation. Good question. To practice this one. Okay. Practice this one. Otherwise, if you know, don't know, I will help you next. So there are some shortcut notation, like for instance, plus equal to. That means if you say a plus equal to 3, that means a equal to a plus 3. It's a shortcut notation. You will see that we will be using this a lot. Shortcut notation. The minus equal to, that means a equal to a minus. If you say a minus equal to 10, that means it is same thing, exactly same thing, that a equal to a minus 10. You can write either this way or that way. I have few more slides to cover. So the assignment operator revisited, this is same thing. This is equivalent to this one. Okay, go this slide. It should be quickly, you can quickly understand this. There is nothing special. Okay. And okay, one thing that I want to discuss in our next lecture, that type conversion. Okay, if there are two different data types, they use through an assignment operator, that means we can convert one type of data to another type of data. For instance, if you convert a floating number 5.5 to an integer number, the result will be 5. Okay, even if it is 5.8, then you convert it to integer number, result will be 5. But if you take the other method, you want to take ceiling, then it will be 9. Float 8. So in order to convert a number from one data type to another data type, sometimes it is needed, okay, on the fly. Okay, that conversion will be temporary but needed. That is called type conversion or typecasting. In our next lecture, I will discuss typecasting with some live program. Okay, but for now, I like everybody except the last two slides, except the specified last slide. Okay, I like everybody to practice the programs in this module. Okay, then one more thing, give me, I have 5 more minutes, right? So the last thing I want to discuss, module 2 part 3. Okay, it's 5 minutes should be fine for this, only a few slides. Okay, it is one dimensional array, string and complex and string. We will discuss one dimensional array later, but for instance, in order to discuss string, we need to discuss. Okay, and one dimensional array, that means array means list, a sequence of numbers, that is a list. Okay, sometime, for instance, we discuss that hello world program, that whenever we enclose something with parenthesis, with a double quote, then that is called a string literal. Okay, so string literal is always double quoted with double quoted. Okay, so that is built info, this one. Okay, so these are called strings. So the hello world program, I discussed string about string. Okay, string is widely used in computer programming, and string is not a primitive data type, it is a customer complex data type. We will discuss this later whenever we discuss class object, but for now, yes, look at the schedule, please. Look at the schedule for the quizzes. Let me give a few minutes, let me finish it. Okay, so the strings, so these are strings are likely one dimensional array. Okay, so then all of the characters I put one after another. Okay, for instance, right, these numbers are called indices. Okay, and these are the actual cells are values over there put. So strings we will discuss arrays later, but string is a one dimensional character array. So for instance, in our programs, we say Java. If we say our variable is Java, so that means this is the way to declare an array using, this is type, character type, and this is the array symbol. Okay, an array name is ARR, and new character, this is the way in Java that we declare a string. This thing is character type, and it has the first index always of an array start with 0. So ARR within square bracket, index 0 equal to J, then index 1 equal to A, index 2 equal to B, index 3 equal to A. So then if we print this array with index 0, then it will print J, and the next it will print A, next it will print P, then it will print A, then the entire thing it will print Java. So this is a string, entire thing it will be a string. So instead of this say array, so I could say this one, same thing like string ARR equal to Java, same thing. These are equivalent thing. Okay, so this is the programs I like you to practice. Okay, so everybody please practice this program, maybe for your lab or your quizzes you may need to this. And there are some string. This string is a built-in data type but not a primitive data type. There are already some methods doing for string operations, like to determine whether two strings are equal or not, to find the length of a string, to find the substring, and find the index of a letter, something. These are the slides. So this program I like you everybody to practice. Okay, so practice this program. In our next lecture I will go through a live program to discuss this. Okay, and by the way, the last minute, okay, I am giving you again reminder. I am giving you so far about 10 programs to asking 10 programs to practice. Please practice this 10 program before you come to our next lecture. In our next lecture, I will give you some activity to work here, and I have noticed some people, they are doing something very important than this course. You are doing homework maybe or something for other course, right? What are you doing over here? Yes. Yes. What are you doing here in this course? You are not allowed to do something else, no matter how important is that in this course. If you need to do this, please go over there in the lobby. There are chairs, sofa. Get relaxed and do that. Okay. As long as you are here, I like you to do the admission. I do have that right to control. Okay. If you do not come here, join online. Do whatever you want, right? But as long as you are here, I like everybody to learn. And you may think that you already know this, right? If you know this, then you don't need to come here. Okay, there is no attendance requirement, right, for this course. Coming here and sitting for an hour will not be beneficial for you unless you do admission. It's nothing else. Maybe if you already know this, you could have a nap, right? Otherwise you are here. So as long as next time, everybody I'm telling you, as long as you are here, please focus. Not to do anything else, okay? I will not tell this every day again and again. And thank you for your understanding and thank you for your kind cooperation. And anyone in one line has any questions so far? No, not much on book. Yes. Text, pages are open. Yeah. Open. You can do Google search, you can open the book, you can open the slides. Okay? Yes. Yeah, you can get. You can know this is focusing on